Even the biggest corporations make big mistakes once in a while.
One simple way to bring the family together. PlayStation TV.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 PlayStation fails. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at the biggest blunders and missteps in PlayStation history, be it their games, consoles, or overall business actions. If it was under the PlayStation brand, it's eligible.
Gotta have a PSP Go, your whole world in your hands.
Number 10, creepy as hell commercials. It's not difficult to make a commercial centered around a video game console. Just show some people playing and enjoying the console, along with a bit of gameplay from your most popular games. Come on, this is simple, right? Well, Sony didn't think so, and we got these. Few questions. Why do you need to show a baby doll crying and laughing demonically at a PlayStation 3 console? B, what does this have to do with the console? And C, why would you do this? Just why? And how about the one featuring a man in a bathtub literally pointing a gun at the audience and cackling like a madman? Or that mental wealth ad? Seriously, we have no idea what Sony was thinking with these, but someone probably got fired.
It's called mental wealth.
Number 9, PlayStation TV.
The PlayStation TV system is a sleek, compact device with a wealth of PlayStation media and family-friendly hit games.
Serving as a micro console, the PlayStation TV is basically a non-handheld version of the Vita, promising to play Vita titles on the TV and stream various media apps similar to a set-top box.
But we're still just like any other family.
Then the thing actually came out, and buyers were immediately hit with terrible interface that was ported straight from the Vita, which didn't really work well on a TV, you know. Furthermore, it couldn't keep its main promise, as various popular Vita games were not compatible with the device. Plus, a lot of basic media streaming apps like Netflix, YouTube, and Amazon Video were noticeably absent at launch. Decent idea, bad execution.
I like spaceships too.
Number 8, Mascot Confusion. Every great console has a good mascot. Nintendo has Mario and his gang of misfits, Xbox has the Master Chief, and PlayStation has Nathan Drake. Or Crash Bandicoot maybe. No, I guess he hasn't been around in a while. Oh, there was also Ratchet and Clank. Or do you mean Jak and Daxter? I always confuse those guys. Oh, anyway.
We're itching to get on with our adventures.
Well, Sony intended to make their horrendous Polygon Man its PlayStation mascot way back when, but it was immediately shot down for being stupid, and they've never really recovered. While the PlayStation has many stellar exclusives, they still kinda lack a face and a name. While this is probably not as big as a deal as some of the other faux pas on this list, I mean, we're only at 8, right? It's frustrating that the PlayStation doesn't have a go-to mascot to feel a connection with.
I thought we were done for sure. We are happy to be of assistance.
Number 7, Inferior PS3 Ports. There's no doubt that the PS3 had a rough launch, and the straight-up inferior ports were definitely a contributor to that. Many different developers have stated on numerous occasions that the PS3's cell processor was overly complicated and extremely difficult to work with. And as a result, many games performed very poorly on the PS3. These problems ranged from much longer load times to noticeably worse frame rates and inferior graphics. The worst offenders, however, were Bethesda's open world titles, as the Fallout games and Skyrim suffered from slowdown the further in the game the players progressed, rendering your title basically unplayable.
My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
Number 6, paid subscriptions and increases.
Join now to get the ultimate gameplay experience.
Sony, you were supposed to be our friend. Online gaming was free on the PS3, which provided the severely beat-up console a significant increase in appreciation. Sure, it might not have been as good as Xbox Live Gold, but hey, it was totally free, until it wasn't.
PlayStation Plus is a membership service for PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and very soon PlayStation 4.
At E3 2013, Sony confirmed that a PlayStation Plus subscription would now be necessary for online play, which notably infuriated many. In August 2016, Sony announced that they were raising the prices of PS Plus, with yearly subscriptions going from $50 to $60 in the US and $50 to $70 in Canada. What's that about? These raises were apparently due to market conditions, but many gamers kind of interpreted this as, we are greedy and we know you'll just pay it anyway.
PlayStation.
Number 5, PSP Go.
Okay guys, the PSP Go has arrived and this thing is awesome.
And we thought the PS TV was a disappointment. The PSP Go was basically a smaller PSP that used flash memory instead of UMDs. Yet, so many things went wrong it's not even funny. For one thing, The loss of a UMD drive means that your PSP game collection is now useless, and downloading games was an excruciating experience due to the device's slow Wi-Fi capabilities. Being forced to download games meant that you had to buy everything at Sony's prices, and the lack of an interchangeable battery was a noticeable absence too. And it cost a mind-boggling $250 at launch. While it may not have been too bad for newcomers, it was basically a nightmare for anyone else.
So what are you waiting for? Get your hands on the new PSP Go.
Number 4, PlayStation Underground's 2004 Holiday Demo Disc. PlayStation Underground members probably still have PTSD flashbacks regarding the nightmare that was the 2004 Holiday Demo Disc. Back before downloadable demos were a thing, demos came on discs, and this particular disc came with the highly anticipated demo of Beautiful Joe 2. Rather than be amazed at the experiences, players were left infuriated, as the game contained a nasty glitch which wiped the contents of any memory card currently residing in the console. The entire contents, all of the memory card, gone. Imagine booting up your copy of San Andreas that you spent 50 hours playing, only to find the save data completely gone. Gamers were pissed, and Sony had a big oopsie on their hands.
You picked the wrong house, fool! Hey, Big Smoke! It's me, Carl! Chill!
Number 3, PlayStation 3's launch price.
The 60GB PlayStation 3 for $599 US, $659 Canadian.
We've spoken previously about how rough the PS3 had it at launch, and the largest contributing factor to that was arguably the outrageous launch price. At launch, the PS3 was sold in 2 packages, a 20GB model priced at $499 US, and a 60GB model priced at $599. Suffice to say that gamers were not interested in paying $600 plus tax for a new console, and Sony was basically laughed out of competition.
I mean, literally...
that was a shock to you?
Oh,
you had
total shock.
No idea?
Total shock.
For comparison, the Wii was launched for $249, and the premium Xbox 360 bundle was $399. It was mostly because of this high price that Sony ended up losing the majority of the console gaming market share that they had built up with the PlayStation 2.
And I'm very excited, not just for what this means for our game developers, but I'm so excited about what this means for the consumer.
Number 2, the PS Vita.
Your PS3 stays home, but the game goes with you.
While we're aware that the Vita has passionate fans, there's no denying that the device was pretty disappointing. While the Vita's hardware was clearly worth praise, many things about it were total flops. For one thing, it was released at a time when mobile gaming was on the rise, leading many to question its viability. It also lacked notable games, and many were simply crappy ports of console games. Plus, its launch price was, yep, too high.
Experience real-time connection to your gaming community.
Couple that with the laughably expensive memory cards, and you have many gamers who were steered far away. The viability concerns then became a reality, as Sony soon announced that they'd be focusing primarily on the PS4, and that the Vita was basically dead in the water.
PlayStation Vita.
Number 1, the 2011 PSN security breach.
I'd like to send my sincere apologies for the inconvenience the service outage has caused you, and want to thank you for all the patience that you've shown as we work through this restoration process.
The PlayStation Network outage is sure to go down in gaming history. In April of 2011, hackers infiltrated the PlayStation Network, compromising roughly, oh my god, 77 million accounts and forcing the network to close for weeks. Personally identifiable information was potentially stolen from these millions of accounts, including home addresses and, of course, credit card numbers.
The least important information in terms of the user is the credit card, because it's easily replaced and you're indemnified against any loss. The real problem is that now people can email you and do phishing attacks and try to get other information from you directly.
The fallout was absolute anarchy, as Sony was not only getting it from PlayStation users, but also US senators and the British Information Commissioner's Office, all of whom condemned Sony for its poor handling of the situation and for, the security breach itself. To say the whole situation was a mess would be an understatement.
Today, Sony announced the launch of the PlayStation tablet computer, but didn't mention the shutdown of the PlayStation Network that the device is supposed to connect to.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.